Hi, Stacy with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm coming to you, well, I'm filming a little bit earlier this week. I'm filming on Friday afternoon. I worked a really long day yesterday, so I took off a few hours early today just to kind of make up for working my evening yesterday. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My channel is based focused on cross stitch and needlework, maybe a little sewing, quilting, card making, and maybe a little scrapbooking. We'll see. I haven't posted anything on card making yet because I've been fiddling with the setup, the camera setup. I've really kind of been struggling with that, to be quite honest. I think I have a solution. So my goal maybe Sunday afternoon is I've already done one practice video and it was awful. So my goal is to do another practice video and then maybe start throwing in my card making videos as well. But for the time being, it's just Flosstube. And to be quite honest, I can't seem to put the needle and thread down. So I'm happy to be here to share that with you. I had a fairly productive week. I had one new start. I did the More Chocolate Bunnies Stitch Along, the SAL that Nicole Spohr is hosting. And I'm really happy with that super cute pattern. I have a few whips and I have a little bit of haul. And then we're going to talk, maybe if I can remember, we'll talk a little bit about patterns or charts. So let's go ahead and start with whips. The first one I'm going to show you is by Hands On Design, A Year of Celebration. And I started with the February chart, which is right here. Now, I want to talk about the threads. Well, first let me show you the piece. I am stitching this on 32 count Desert Opalescent Lugana. Very, very easy to stitch on. I am really liking it. I chose the opalescent just because I wanted this to be fun and have a little sparkle. And this is where I'm at. I've done one thread change. In the center of the heart are little flowers, and the called for color for that is Gentle Arts Nutmeg. Well, I don't know if you can see it very well, but in the chart it has kind of like a rusty tone to it, which doesn't look bad here, but I didn't have that color. So I substituted it for the DMC equivalent, which is somewhere here. Here it is. 301, which is this color. It's very, very orange. Like it would be a great shading color for a pumpkin. So I didn't really like that paired with this pink. It kind of clashed to my eye. You can kind of see. So what I did is I swapped it out for DMC 899, which is this really, really pretty pink, medium pink. And then this is the center of the flowers, so it does show up. And so that's what the flowers are. They are that 899 pink instead of the 301 for DMC. So as you can see, I'm almost done. I just have the flowers to finish in the center. So that'll probably get done this weekend, maybe even tonight. And then I will move on to the next one. But I love it. I think it's really cute, and I'm really enjoying the way that it's turning out. Let me show you the fabric up close. I don't know if you can really see the opalescence, but it's got a tiny, oh yeah, you can. It's got a tiny little opalescent greenish sparkly thread woven into the fabric, so it doesn't flake off. I will say though, yesterday after wearing my really old glasses all day working and looking up and down, I was taking a class. By the time I got home in the afternoon, working on this normally wouldn't have been a problem, but by the time I got done working on it for about an hour, I had a headache. And I think it was eye fatigue, and then the sparkle, the light was catching it, and it was just doing a number on my eyes. But this morning I worked on it, and it's turning out much better. So it's not so hard on my eyes. So I do enjoy it. I'm going to stick with that fabric. My next whip is the Chicken Club. I'm still working on Cornelius. The February chart has not come yet. I think it got delivered today. I have everything sent to my husband's work. I think it got delivered today. So I think I'm going to be okay on this one. If you remember, I had the trouble with starting it not in the center of the pattern, not in the center of the chicken. So I was a little too high up, and I didn't think that that was going to make a nice finish. So it was too close for me. So I restarted it, and this is how far I got. So the blue is all done with the exception of filling in those little spaces. The dark blue goes in the lighter blue, and the lighter blue goes into the dark blue. And then the blue will be done. Oh, and I have a row here that I didn't finish. I'll finish that, of course. But anyways, I like it. I think he's going to be really, really cute. I'm excited to finish him. So we'll see how that works out. But I did a little work on him. I'd like to work on him some more this week. Because if that other one is in, then I'm going to want to start that one too. I don't want to fall too far behind. This one, I don't think I've shown you before. This is Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. You may have seen it. Other people working on it. And I love it. I love everything about it. I am stitching this one on, I believe it's the called for fabric, and it is 32 count murky Belfast linen. Now this linen is, here's the whole piece, you can kind of see. And then here's the stitching. It's a really nice piece, kind of spooky. It's very, very soft to work on. Very soft to work on. I like it. It's a dream actually to work on it. So I'm maybe not quite halfway done, almost to the halfway point. I worked on this up here, the bats, finishing the bats and doing that little motif right up there in the top. I think I was about ready to start the witch. She comes down from the bats right into this area. And I looked at the clock and I thought, oh no, I've got to go to bed. It's, you know, one of those things. So that's where we're at. I love it. I am going to put down here, you can see initials and a date right down in here. And I am going to put my initials, and I am going to put the date there. So it would go right in here. But I don't know what color floss to use. I really like both of the purples a lot. And I would love to use it, but I feel like the purple is very, very close in color to the other, close in proximity So I think what I want to do is kind of wait till it's all done and then maybe put a little bit of the floss down in that area and see what I like the best. I'm leaning towards this darker purple here. You can see it better in the cat motif. So I put a little work in on this. I think it's going to be fantastic when it's done. I'm really excited to finish this. And I don't think I've shown you before. I don't think I've worked on it since fall. So I just decided, let's work on this one. Show you guys something different. Next, I worked on a little bit on Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. These houses are big. So I worked a little bit on the house. I finished the flag. I think the last time I worked on this, I still had the flag to do. And I started on the house this last time. I'm stitching this on, I think it's Vintage Country Mocha. Yes, 40 count Newcastle linen, vintage country mocha. Also a really nice fabric to stitch on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying a new camera position. I'm not sure I like it. But yeah, so I worked on the flag. I finished the flag and the flagpole. And then down at the bottom, I started on the house. I had to tear out a little bit because I didn't count correctly. It might have been a Super Bowl, you know, or I was distracted too much by all the things that were going on with the Super Bowl. Anyways, so I worked on that. This one's going to be big. This is only, I'm only about halfway through a little more than a third of the pattern. So it still has about, it's probably got to go, you know, out to about here. And then it's going to more than double. Actually, I think I'm pretty close to being about a third done. So I would like to see this done by the summer, maybe by my birthday. My birthday is the middle end of August. And I think if I'm remembering correctly, this one was my birthday start. So it would be nice to have this one done. So I think I'm going to put this into rotation to work on a little bit every week. We'll see. Next, I put some time in on Red Bird Sampler by Brenda Gervais with By Needle and Thread. Sweet little sampler, colorful. Of course, the birds. I have to have the birds. And I am stitching this one on 32 count Belfast linen. It doesn't give me a color, but it's kind of a peachy beige, and that's how much I got done. I think last time I was still working on the grass at the bottom, and then I worked on the planter, the flower urn, and I started working on the flower stalk right next to it. And that's about as much as I got done. So this one's not going to be quite as big as the others, but it'll make a nice statement when you hang it on the wall. So I'm excited about that. I did not have all of the called for colors. Excuse me. I thought I did, and I didn't. I was missing 2. So I put an order in, and those came in. So I'm kind of excited about that, and we will work on that. These are the flosses. Just pretty, colorful, springy, really bright. I like it a lot. And that's it for my whips. So I had a new start. I've mentioned before that Nicole Sport is starting the hands-on design more chocolate bunnies SAL. So you might have seen that already being worked on. It started officially last Monday on the 13th. So actually this past Monday. I am stitching mine on 36 count flax linen by Zweigart. And I have I start at the bottom, she started at the top, but I didn't want to stitch the fun bunnies first, so I started at the bottom with the carrots and the ground. And that is my start. That didn't help very much, did it? Really fun, quick, a really quick stitch. I'm going to finish in this color green, this carrot and the end carrot, and then there's a darker green that fills in on the opposite, and then it starts in on the words. Yes. Bunnies, chocolate, more, life needs. So I will be doing it in that order, and then I'll get to the bunnies, which will be the fun part at the end. So really fun, really cute. My goal is to stay up with the SAL. I don't know if I will. We'll have to see. I believe these are all the called for DMCs, except I swapped out the greens. I picked two different greens. I don't think I had the called for green in the DMC, so I picked from my stash something that I did have. It's, you know, the struggle's real when you're trying to control some spending and you need things. I just decided for that one, it's a small enough seasonal piece I could pick for my stash. Okay. Haul. I had ordered from 123 Stitch a 40 count Optica white linen, and they were out of it. And so when it came in, I went ahead and paid for it and got it because I had originally wanted it. It's very thin. I mean, you can see right through it. It's real thin. I've got a half yard here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use it for. I think I do have a project in mind. I just can't remember off the top of my head. It's a crisp linen. Hopefully it won't be too stiff to stitch on, but it came in and I do like it a lot. So I'm kind of excited to play around with that a little bit. And then I needed to order, I wanted my Redbird sampler to have the called for flosses, and I was out of the called for flosses. I needed deep fennel and I think sticks and twigs. I needed these two colors. These are beautiful together. Wow. I wanted these two colors, so I ordered these. Well, I'm not going to pay for shipping for two skeins of floss. That would be ridiculous. So I ordered Polywog, kind of a real pretty caramely brown, and then I ordered Blackboard, which is a really pretty blue gray. And then I ordered Driftwood, which is, I feel like I need this color for one of my pieces. I don't know which. It's a beige, taupey beige with gray in it. A really nice variegated piece. So I ordered that. And then as I was perusing her site, I found fabric. Now this fabric is new to me. You guys may have already seen it. I don't know, but I fell in love with it. So I had to buy it. I bought a yard of each a yard of each. And it came in 2 colorways. So this is red and white, and then I have one that's in like a beigey brown and a dark brown. But this fabric has little cross-stitch hearts with the needle coming out. How cute is that? So cute. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then here is the brown. I can see cross-stitch finishes. I can see project bags or accessories, all different kinds of things made out of this fabric. I love it. So my 2 skeins of floss cost me more than $5. I ordered this from Floss and Fabrics on Etsy, and she was very sweet. It came wrapped in a sealable plastic bag, and I got 2 candies and a cute little ruler with her logo on it, her name. So I'm kind of excited. It was just a cute little purchase. So I'm glad I have that. And then the other thing that came in the mail, we've talked about the Fat Quarter Shop stitching spring with stitching with the Housewives and Fat Quarter Shop. So if you haven't received yours yet and you don't want to see what you're going to get, here's your spoiler alert. I'll give you a couple seconds to look away or fast forward or whatever you want to do, because it's darling. I was so excited when I got it. And let's get started on that one. So first of all, it comes in this really, really cute bag. And that's the pattern, you know, part of the pattern of the stitch. And then on the back, it's got everything you need to know, right? Stitching with the Housewives, Fat Quarter Shop, and information. So the bag is really cute, but then they send you a charm. Now I did put this on. I haven't quite put charms on any of my things. I just feel like it's clunky, but I love this one. So I put it on this. I may use this and put a set of keys on it, but it is so cute. Look at how cute that house is. And it comes with a lobster claw. So you can hook it onto anything. And I love it. It's so cute. So inside, you get the chart, and this is what the pattern is. Really cute. Not on their, what I would call their usual fabric, which is the black border, the chalkboard. It's actually stitched on, what is the fabric? Does it say here? Thin white pine board, 28 count even weave. So just a little bit of a pine board look to it. They just give you enough to do the project. This one, even though I don't like to start my projects in the middle, I probably will start this one in the middle just to make sure I've got it spaced correctly around the edges, because this is all the fabric I got for it. It also came with a little bit of fabric. I think these are Chelsea's checks, but that's the finishing fabric. We got a little bit of that to finish. And then they gave you a card, and in the card it shows you everything that you're getting and the value of it so that you can see your value. And then on the back it gives you a display item. I actually have this wooden piece, that white piece, but I have it in black hanging in one of my bathrooms with nothing on it. I could put this on and I think it would be really, really cute. we'll see. But now that I've shown you, I can go ahead and I will start this. I'm really excited. It's a quarterly stitch. I think, oh, and the flosses. I think she said that she is sold out. So the reason I'm showing is so that I know that when I started up with cross stitch a little over a year ago, it had been a long time, so things have changed so much. I didn't know what to expect, and there were all these secret projects and secret clubs, and I didn't know what. I didn't want to invest the money without knowing if I'm going to like the designer or not. I've kind of grown to love stitching with the Housewives a little bit. I don't know that I need to have every one of their pieces, but I think for something like this where it's 4 times a year, I can do that. Maybe for a special holiday, I can do that because they really are so much cuter in person, or when someone shows you on the video, then they show up in the photos. And then this is the floss. So that's why I'm showing. I'm not showing to, you know, make you feel bad because they're sold out, but I'm showing so that you can see what it looks like, and then when the next one comes out, you can make a decision if you want to take a chance or not. So so I did. I think this kit with everything that I've shown you was like $55 before shipping. Is it worth it? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It's a cute design. And if nothing else, I've got some cute things, and I will go through the whole year. I'm kind of curious to see what the other seasons are now. I'm thinking it'll be houses, would be my guess. So we'll see if I'm right or not. So there's that. Then I did something that I'm still kind of surprised that I did this. You may or may not know, a lot of the YouTube people have Patreon groups, and a Patreon group, best I can tell, is a membership group, and I think most of the people have different levels of membership. And then with each level of membership, you get perks that the rest of us don't get. I was watching a few of Teresa Kogut's videos, and I think I just about lost my mind because she was talking about her Patreon group and all the things that she's been doing for them. And I just kind of thought, huh, okay, well, let's go check it out. So I went on to her Patreon. I clicked on it from one of her videos, and I went to the Patreon group, and she had 4 levels, 4 tiers. You could do $2, you could do $7, $13, or $20, and each tier adds on to the previous tier on what you can get. You'll have to go to the Patreon group to see what they all are. But I did the 20, I went ahead and signed up, and I did the $20 Patreon. You're not locked in for any particular period of time. If I want to go down to the $2 level for a little while, I can do that. I can opt out and stop it and start back up again later. It's really just an extra stream of income for these designers to have, so that they can buy the supplies that they need to make the fun things that we love to stitch and look at. So part of the perk for being on the Patreon group is for the tier that I'm on, you get a sneak peek of what's coming out, and she has charts that are made available monthly. Sometimes they're available for the whole month, sometimes they're for a short period of time. Best I can tell, I'm still learning. But I thought, okay, well, let's look. She talked about an ornament club, ornament chart. She talked about all these different things. The ornament chart, she does charge $5 for it, but it's $5 for a really cute ornament. So I went online Signed up, went through, once I figured it out, I went through all of the things, and I bought some charts. And there are PDFs, so they're downloadable. So I'm just going to show you these. This is the February ornament, and it's called the Beekeeper. She tells you, I think this would look amazing stitched on a dark green fabric, so the colors pop. The circle doesn't have to be stitched, so she kind of gives you an idea. Those are the colors. Really cute. I know that with this release that's happening in March, I think she said she took a collection of her Patreon charts and she's released them in a book. Maybe 2 books. I'm not quite sure. But she said that she's not always going to do that. So just because that they're on Patreon doesn't mean that they'll ever be released to the general public. It also doesn't mean that they'll be compiled into a book. They could be released 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later. But the Patreon groups gets first dibs at it. This was last April's ornament, and it is called Sweet Fruit. So that one I'm really excited about. Then I got, this is May of 2022 ornament. It's USA Star. These look like they'll be fairly quick stitches. And then I found Be Kind. This is from, this is the tier 4 chart. So I'm in tier 4. So this is a chart exclusive for my tier. And then I found 2 really cute Thanksgiving. So this one is Be Thankful. So I'll stitch this at the end of the summer. And then Funky Turkey, Patreon, October 2021, tier 2, 3, and 4. May your blessings be plentiful. Look, his little body is like a turkey leg. How can you pass that up? And then the last one that I bought, she actually is releasing this year. But when I found it on the Patreon, it's February 2022, I went ahead and I bought it. And it's Egg Collector. But look at how cute that is. So cute. So yeah, I did that. I don't know how long I'll be a member. Probably a month or 2 at least. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I get out of it what I think I might be getting out of it. I may drop down to another tier. I might not continue with it at all. We'll see. But I'm excited to start on the Egg Collector. Although her dress is no joke. It's going to take some... I might have to do a fill-in on that. Like stitch the... outline it and then fill it in where I can just not really think about it too much. Just fill it in. But I think it's darling. So I'm excited about that. So looking at these PDFs, and then I watched a video this week from Artie the Vintage Stitcher, and she did a video on, maybe it was Wednesday the 15th, about her pattern collection, and it's quite an extensive collection. It's really fun to see what other people have. And I've been thinking about my patterns, and she is not sure she's going to keep hers organized in the way that she has them organized. And I'm not sure I'm going to keep mine organized the way I have them organized. Right now I have 2 binders full of patterns. I might be ready to start a 3rd one. I have one that's listed holidays and one that's listed seasons. But I have my favorite designers. Teresa Kogut is one. Brenda Gervais is one. I have some, is it Blackbird Designs? I have some of those. And I'm just kind of wondering if maybe it would be better to house my patterns not by season, not by holiday, but by designer in alphabetical order. Although I'm kind of thinking Teresa Kogut, I'm probably going to wind up with a lot of her patterns. So she had designed a binder page. So I think I'm going to do a binder just with Teresa Kogut, and this is going to be in the front of that binder. I just feel like it would be good for me to thumb through all of my patterns to find what I'm looking for, because it kind of brings them back to the forefront of your mind, and it reminds you like, oh, hey, like the last time that I did that, I pulled out 2 or 3 patterns and I started working on kitting them up. I might have needed to order some supplies. I might have had everything here, but I started working on them, and then they go into my new start box for when I want something new. I pull it from there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to rearrange my charts. Brenda Gervais might get her own binder, and Teresa Kogut will get her own binder, or maybe right now, because I don't have enough maybe to fill up a binder each, maybe they'll share a binder, and then everybody else I think is going to be alphabetical, regardless if it's a seasonal piece or if it is a holiday piece or a general piece. I'm contemplating also whether or not to put all my samplers together, but then the samplers have are made by all different kinds of designers, so then I don't want to be looking for a Teresa Kogut sampler in the sampler thing if I know it's by Teresa Kogut. So I haven't quite worked that piece of it out yet, so we'll see. I did work on I started working on a couple of finishes. The Tiny Town finish I'm still working on. I think I will wait to show you that one until it's completely done. But I was able to do the 2 boards and the trim around it, and spray paint. I'm finishing spray painting that item. This is the stand that it goes in, and I'm still working on assembling this. So this piece right here needs to be, I'm going to spray paint it first, and then I will glue it in. But this is the shelf sitter. So the whole thing is going to be spray painted black, and then the board will fit in. There's two slats right here, 2 spaces, and the board's going to fit, whoops, the board's going to fit right in there. This is why we have to glue it, so it gives a little bit more stability. But so far, I'm really excited to finish this. Again, with working in our weather, I haven't been able to spray paint my pieces as often as I would like. I'll try to get some of that done this weekend. I think we may or may not get rain, so I can't spray paint outside when there's rain coming, so, or wind. So that's kind of been the struggles this past week. I also, let me grab it. If you'll remember, I finished Wee Santa, and I was going to put him on a board. So let's look at him again. So I was looking at the red. I think I wanted him on a red board and not pink. And I wanted to kind of dress him up, make him Christmassy, do all the things. So I pulled out the board that I really wanted to use, and it's the perfect size board. And I started working on it. And this is it. I think the camera is showing it more of a burnt umber. Well, no, that's not even right. More of a reddish brown. It is candy apple red, red barn, and then I did a little bit of vintage photo on it. I'm not too concerned. This is not real pretty, but I'm not too concerned because whatever's going to go on this is going to be this, but it's not going to be this piece. It's too dark and not in the right way for this piece. So I was a little bummed, but I think this could be really cute with a strawberry piece if the reds are right, something with strawberries, or cherries if the reds are right. So I'm happy with the board finish. I just need to spray paint a top coat on it. But I'm not happy with this for this particular piece. So I found something else that I think I'm going to work on. I have an idea. And so I don't know if I'll get to it this weekend, but I want to start playing with it and see if I can't get it to work. Because if I can get it to work, I think it'll be really, really cute. So stay tuned for Wee Santa, because Wee Santa is still not finished. He's finished, but he's not fully finished. So there's that. Anyways, I think that's it for me today. Thank you so much again for joining me. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Make sure that you've hit that notification bell. Like the video, like my channel, subscribe to my channel. If you're returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Again, it's so much fun to see the subscribers, the number go up, because it just makes me feel like I have something positive to contribute. And I really do like that. And that's why I'm doing this. So anyways, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We will see you next week. Happy stitching.